Damn, I'm looking grubby today, but that's alright. We're cleaning the dirt bikes today. A friend and I have been ripping around for a while. Got hurt yesterday, so it's a good time just to clean them up, get them ready for the fall and winter. So you can see, got them cleaned up, looking a little bit better. I'm gonna go absolutely hamster on them. This thing's older than my sister, and this thing's got dirt bike vacation coming up. We're gonna clean this one up a little bit deeper later on. About halfway through, got the skid plates cleaned up, working on the air filters. These have been soaking for a while. Ugh. We'll clean those things up. And yeah, the next step is to actually clean out the air box. Stay tuned for more. Okay, so here I was gonna get started on knocking the bark off on the air filters with some Simple Green. Went to go use some water and yeah, should turn on some water. After I Simple Green these, rinsed them off a little bit, it's time to put them in the degreaser. You can see me filling up the bowl here, and then we're gonna sprinkle in some degreaser on it. Now the bottle says to agitate until clean, but we're gonna do it a little bit differently. Okay, how much is in there? Get all up in there. It says a quarter of a cup, but it might be more. Remember, I had this Allen key in my pocket. Works that in. I might put in some more. I'm gonna put these in here and let them soak. It says agitate like this. We're gonna let that soak for a while. I'll clean the frames later. And while the filters are soaking, I move on over to the bikes. I like to soak it down with some hot water before I squirt it with some Simple Green, and then after that I'll wash it down with a soapy brush. Take off the skid plate so you can get underneath the engine. You see how dirty it gets, and here's me sprinkling it down before I give it the scrub. Okay, we're gonna pop the airbox cover off, clean out some of the debris. Found a little paintbrush sitting right on the toolbox. Perfect. Stuff a dirty rag down it, make sure no liquid gets into our power making process there, and let's clean this puppy up. Okay, so I didn't get it as clean as I wanted to down and up in here, but the important part is to get the rim nice and clean so we can get a nice connection with the clean air filter and new grease. And just so you don't think I'm lying, I got the rim of that one nice and clean. Nice and clean. Didn't get the 125 as clean in the box, but as I mentioned before, we don't care about old Betsy. She's an oldie. We got the air filter. As you can see, we got some of that orange coming back. Let's clean it up. I'm actually gonna take this out, dump it, rinse them, and let them dry. All right, so we got the filters drying out there with the bikes. Next would be doing the oil change, getting to business. So I thought this might be a good time to take a break and kind of introduce myself, what I'm doing here, why I'm doing it. My name's Alex, in my mid-20s. As you can see, I like bikes, and you know, growing up in this day and age, I see people vlogging, making videos, thinking might as well give it a try. So this is my first video, recording it on a phone, no microphone, as I bet you guys can tell, and I thought I'd give it a try, get some practice in, probably edit this one up tonight and see how it goes, and see if it ever makes it to YouTube. As you can see, this is my dad's garage here. We got his dirt bike there, some mountain bikes, got my dad's super bike here. That's a ZX10, funny enough, he crashed it a couple days ago, the same day my buddy Alec crashed the dirt bike when we were out on a ride. So yeah, everyone's injured. Good time to work on the bikes. I might throw in some clips of me and my dad working on that thing a little bit later. You guys might see some of that. I apologize, didn't get any video of us working on the ZX10, but here's me going over some of the oil that we use for the 2-stroke and the 4-stroke. Essentially, make sure you use an engine oil for the 4-stroke and gear oil for the 2-strokes. Okay, so you know that it's been a long time since you changed the oil. When first, the oil cap was like seized on there, and it takes you that long to get it off, even with a broke ass wrist. That doesn't look like a whole lot of oil, does it? That's not a whole lot of oil, is it? Don't know the last time we changed this thing. Of course, we have the most complex contraption for a skid plate on the 125. The time lapse for this is going to be longer than the skid plate on the 250. You watch, I promise. But yeah, today I'm kind of just half-assing it, doing a clean and refresh. It's been a long time since we did the oils on these. So what I usually do is check the owner's manual, get in the ballpark. Usually it says like 1 liter to 1.5 liters. And yeah, we'll drain it. I'm switching to the 250 here. We're going to drain it, and then I'll fill it up from the top here. And I'll use the sight window here. And I typically like to go right around like halfway, a little bit above halfway, but that depends on if I'm gonna go, you know, what my schedule is. If I'm gonna go use it for dirt bike vacation, West Virginia, I got coming up. Maybe I'll do a little extra. Yeah, like I said, with the 250, we're gonna go a little bit deeper dive into it with the 250 and my dad's 300 before we bring it down to West Virginia. If you've ever been to the Hatfield-McCoy trails, those are the best out there. Love going there each and every year, and spending a week out there, putting in a good 80 to 100 miles a day, and just, it's the best. So yeah, we're starting to get prepared for that. I'm hoping to get a couple of clips up there, maybe vlog a day, and then and get you guys and show you guys what it's like, what we do up there, what kind of riding we do. But yeah, let me get into the 250 and get the air filters cleaned up. They're over there drying, sort of. Okay, ready? Normal video with my skid plate versus the time lapse of the 125 skid plate. Ready for this. so much easier. All right, we're at the last step here. We're gonna put on the air filter. We're gonna grease it up a little bit and rim grease. We got oil and rim grease. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do my 250. This thing's freaking destroyed. Probably gonna order one up and do the 250 later on. But yeah, last step, oil it up, grease it up, start her up.